Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video. I'm going to be talking about a newly shown figure. This time it is from the amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Carnage figure. Super excited for this. I'm a big fan of Revoltech. I really enjoy their figures. I think that they're extremely fun. They have the best articulation of any figure line that I collect. And yeah, they have really cool kind of unique stylized proportions as well. So I'm a big fan of them. I've slowly lost a bit of interest in them simply because they've gotten, rather routine. Like they come out and they have the same articulation now. They don't feel as fresh as they once did. However, there are some characters from them that I've really been crossing my fingers to get eventually, and number one on that list was Carnage. So we do finally have it. I couldn't be any happier. This looks like one of the coolest figures of the year. I'm extremely excited for it. But now we have all the official images of it, and it's gone on pre-order. I have pre-ordered it, and can't wait to get it. So let's talk about the figure. First of all, the texture in the figure, as you can see, is excellent. I really love all of the line work and the texture. Carnage can be done in a few different ways. Obviously, Carnage is drawn rather flat, especially in his birth year, essentially in the 90s. He's very flat as far as his look in the comics. It's very just much like a body that's red, and then it has black highlights on it. There's not much texture ever drawn to him, especially in its early years. More of the Ultimate Carnage and things like that do introduce texture and everything into their design. So I think that Revoltech doing their kind of own unique interpretation of it, as they usually do with their proportions and their stylized looks. I am very happy that they did add the texture. I think that's very cool and it looks great, and it's going to make it pop so much more than the Marvel Legends one. As you can see, this is my favorite shot of him. I really love it. Just him on all fours, screaming with all of the tentacles going straight up, shooting up in the air. Looking very cool. Looks like he's going to have a lot of different variety as far as the tentacles are concerned. He's going to have smaller ones, kind of medium ones, and then the larger ones that look like they're at ball hinges and two places in the tentacles, which is very neat. And then his mouth, of course, does open, which is very cool. He does come with interchangeable hands that have like claws there. There's quite a bit of different combinations that you can do. As you can see, there's claws, there's axes, just the whole bit. He's going to be so much fun to pose, I have to say. And of course, the standard Revoltech articulation, which is top notch, which is excellent. But yeah, he's looking fantastic, and as you can see, like you can put the axes just like in his arms too. I mean, you can really do a bunch of different combinations. Carnage can turn his hands into weapons and things like that. He can manipulate the symbiote goo to form objects, and he can even shoot them off sometimes. So as you can see, you can definitely replicate that here. And then he does come with different eyes, which I think are very cool. His eyes, like it took me a second to like really notice the differences between all of these, but they all are different, so that is nice. He has two very wide open ones, more classic I would consider it. Then he's got two slightly thinner ones with more jagged edges. I'd consider that more of a modern look. And then he has one that's larger and then one that's kind of squinted. I think that's kind of fun and cool. I've never seen Carnage like that too much, so I really do like that quite a bit. I love the goo coming out of the back of his head. I wish that there was two different versions. I wish that there was a clean dome head that didn't have that, and then there was a version that had that, because that would just be nice to have a bit of variety there. Unfortunately, it seems like the only head sculpt that he has the goo coming off of it, but it's still very cool. Here's all of the different accessories that you get. As you can see, you have two kind of claws, two spear things, two axes, and then he has a variety of tentacles that you can formulate into different combinations. He has extra eyes, he has a pair of fists, and a pair of open hands. The open hands look very aggressive. Would actually be cool to get another set of hands that were even more aggressive than that and had longer fingers. I think that would be very cool as well. But he comes with just a fantastic variety of accessories. Here he is with some of the other figures from Revoltech. We have Spider-Man and Carnage, both of which I do own, and cannot wait to add Carnage to this. That's just a beautiful display right there. So the three of them are going to look so sweet together. And then here's just some different backgrounds, so you can get a look at them that way. Overall, I think that this looks like a spectacular figure. It's the character that I wanted the most from Revoltech, like I mentioned. He's my favorite Marvel character, so that's not only did I think that Revoltech was the perfect series to have him in, but just character-wise, personally for myself, I wanted him because he's my favorite. So I'm extremely excited for this figure. The other figure that I really want from Revoltech is Green Goblin. I think that I think that Revoltech should just kind of stick with Spider-Man stuff at the moment, because their proportions and their stylizations of these characters seem to fit Spider-Man's variety of rogues and Spider-Man himself really nicely. So it would be very cool if they really went full force into Spider-Man and gave us some more characters, especially Green Goblin. I think the Green Goblin could be amazing, especially since he. Most of the times with Green Goblin figures, the biggest issue with them is riding the glider and riding it naturally and like he does in the comics, and the articulation provided by Revoltech would allow you to nail some of those glider poses, which would be absolutely spectacular. So overall, really cannot wait for this Carnage figure. I have it on pre-order. I can't wait for it, like I've been saying over and over. Hope that they do some more Marvel figures. They seem to be going pretty full force on these. They seem to put one on pre-order and release one, every like 2 to 3 months. So can't wait to see the future of this line. At the moment, I don't think that there's anything that they've shown that they haven't put on pre-order yet, if I'm not mistaken. I think that everything that's been shown has been put on pre-order, so you'll be interested in see what their next figure is. Carnage was rumored to be coming out a long time ago, along with Agent Venom, and now that Carnage has been confirmed, of course, there is a good chance that Agent Venom, figure is confirmed now. So that could very well be the next figure in the assortment. But there you go. Let me know what you guys think of this Revoltech Carnage figure, and thanks so much for watching.